Just a typical morning, you know, over here at Ray's Landscaping. We got, y'all see, Christian's gonna be taking this truck right here, and he's got a few yards to go cut. We're gonna get him the BR 800 blower. I'm gonna be taking the man lift over to that site over there and get started on that. I'm gonna put a few tools in here. I'm gonna grab me some more rope. I might need some rope over there. My thinking is, though, we're just gonna let Christian take care of these 4 lawns. What he's gonna do is gonna do just to support the team. What he's gonna do is gonna do 2 in my neighborhood, okay? And then he's gonna come down there where I'm at, which is like 6 miles from here, 5 miles from here. And then what he's gonna do is he's gonna help me. And if I get over there and I see I don't need no help, but there's something to do over there, he's gonna help me for about an hour or so. And then me and him are gonna run up the street from there and do 1 yard that I need to be at. Okay, because, well, it's kind of a funny yard and there's a lot of things that can go wrong on it. So he's never done it by himself before. So then I'll send him back over here to do 1 more before he goes home today. So yeah, so he'll do 1, 2, 3, help me for a minute, and then come do 4. He's done all these yards by himself at least once, except for the one I'm going to be going with him too. So yeah. All right, y'all. So we pretty much see what I got to do. The task at hand. It's gonna be a little bit hard to get to that limb. I don't know if I can even reach it because, see, I'm kind of at a disadvantage because of this pit right here. See, I'm gonna have a hard time getting up to that. I think I'm gonna try to put the lift about right here, and I'm gonna hope I can get over there to it. But I may not even be able to get to it, and I don't know what I'm gonna do then. I'm gonna have to go all the way out to the end where I can. Because, see, the man lift's not gonna sit on this. It's not gonna let me get down in there. That's too uneven for it. So yeah, but that limb right there, and then kind of clean this tree out a little bit. So basically what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna get the man lift set up. All right, y'all. So y'all saw my dilemma. I can't get close enough. I mean, I can't even get close enough from that angle. What I think I'm gonna do is I'm gonna have to go get the skid steer, man, so I can maneuver this thing around. See, with the skid steer, I can put it anywhere. I really need to get this thing up in here somewhere. All right, y'all, so we're gonna try it from here. I got backed up in here pretty good. We're gonna see what we can do. There's a lot of things to watch out for. You got to get up high enough to avoid that. That elbow won't hit that. Yeah, there's a lot. The elbow can't hit that, and it can't hit the tree. So you're gonna have to be vertical to do that. So yeah, dude, this is a little bit more than I thought it would be. A lot harder than I thought. So I kind of wish I had the guy on the ground out here. But you know what I may have to do is I might have to bring it in right here. I don't know. I knew this was going to take. I didn't realize it was going to take me 2 hours to cut 2 limbs. But yeah, all right, y'all. I'm gonna put y'all on time lapse. yeah, y'all, so like I said, I'm not gonna be able to get that. I'm not gonna be able to get it, and I'm not gonna continue to battle with it either, because I'm just wasting time. I'm gonna reach up, and I gotta bring the skid steer over here anyway, so it's worth one more little effort to get it on point with skid steer, and then try it again. But if that's not the case, if that's the case, then I'm not gonna be able to get it, man. And I hate that too. But you know, if you're self-employed and you're doing tree stuff like this, you gotta be aware of what you can and can't do, you know. And because there ain't no second chances when it comes to tree work, y'all. I'm just saying. And I'm not gonna and I got tree insurance. I got all the insurance that you can get for what I'm doing, and that's just how, you know. So I'm not gonna fret about it, man. You know, and I'm not gonna take no unnecessary chances, no matter how much money she's paying. So we'll take some money off of what I'm making, and we'll probably take, you know, $500 off or something like that, and we'll just go from there. Or I might be able to make it up somewhere else, you know. So you know, my hands are tied on this other job. I'm not gonna really, I don't even know that I'm gonna be able to use the man lift over there at all. So I'm thinking about just going over there and grabbing a man lift and just coming back tomorrow with the Bobcat. There just ain't no sense in there ain't no sense in me playing games over there, because I'm not going to be able to get that limb that I really need to get. So, well, so much for the $3,500 a week. It's probably going to be more like $2,000 a week. Well, 4 days. So, all right. I'm going to trim all the trees around there that I can. But I'm gonna get the skid steer over there. Gotta have the skid steer over there tomorrow anyway. So, and it's a safe place to leave it at night. So I'm gonna go on and do that today, and then tomorrow I'll hit the ground running tomorrow. So, and I'll talk to her this afternoon. I'm very disappointed though, y'all, that I couldn't get it. But you know, back in my younger days, when I first started working, you know, being self-employed and first started doing my own thing here, you know, I would have done some sketchy shit over there. But see, I ain't got to, man. It just ain't worth it. You know, if something bad happens, man, then you know, it could, well, there's a lot that can happen when you're up in the air like that. So, and that's one of the reasons why I've been able to stay in business so long, is because I'm really good at tree work. So good, in fact, I know what not to fool with. That's how good you got to be in tree work. So, yeah, that's how good I am. Excellent. I'm excellent. You know, because I know what not to fool with. And there's just, you know, there's just too many things that can go wrong right there on top of that house. And that is probably the reason why the tree is still there and the limb is still there, because it's so sketchy. It'll cost her a nice little chunk to get that limb removed, because somebody's gonna have, well, they just have to have a 50 foot man lift will get it. You know, if I had, you know, the next size up man lift, then I could reach it. You know, but she's not paying enough to go rent one, you know, and I'm not gonna be renting no lift. If I had a 50 footer that would take me up another 15 feet, out another 15 feet, then I could work with that. See, I don't, and so I can't, and so I ain't, and we're gonna trim what we can, and that's gonna be it. All right, y'all, I'm pulling up to the house feeling like Sammy Sausage Head. So yeah, it's Sammy Time Wednesday, man. See ya. I'm headed back over here. Y'all see I got the skid steer. Got everything buttoned up. Yeah. Like I said, we're gonna give it a shot on trying to get that limb. But I'm not gonna spend. I'm gonna set the lift up one more time in one more spot, and you know, if I can't get it, then I can't get it, man. It's 2 o'clock, man, so you know, I'll work till it gets dark. There ain't no set hours. I don't have set hours, hardcore set hours. When you're in business for yourself, man, you can't be thinking about set hours. This is what I do out here, at least for me, and I don't know that I'm right, and I don't really think there's a right or wrong. I do what it takes. I was watching a Mike Andy's video, and he was talking about, you know, some people are better off with a job than working for themselves. Yeah, he was talking about, you know, the average versus the upper echelon, and then, you know, below average. And the average, I think he said the average was like $50,000. Now, I don't know exactly where he got his numbers at. You know, that might be for grass cutting, but that ain't for this kind of thing. I mean, you know, $50,000 average. I mean, that's not much. I mean, for real, not much at all. You know, it's you know, and to me, you know, it's like any other thing that you do. If you got a job in corporate America, right, and you come in the door, I don't know, straight out of high school, say, you know, and you're making, I don't know, $15 an hour. We'll just throw that number out there. Well, by the time you hit 30, you ought to be making a whole lot more than 15 per hour. The only thing is, when you're working for somebody else, your destiny and your everything is in their hands. It's the truth. Because though people are scared of failure out here in the lawn landscape game, they should be scared of a job too, because ain't none of them stable, man. I mean, unless you got some hardcore education, you know, I don't know, a dentist, a doctor, an engineer, and you know, something like that, then, you know, I mean, and people are, you know, one guy was conversating about, you know, in the comments was conversating about, you know, what if you fail? What if this? What if that? Well, man, you know, y'all know how that goes, man. I mean, you can fail at anything, you know. The thing is, when you're self-employed and you know it's you, and there ain't nobody behind you, there ain't nobody in front of you, it's just you, then you tend to strive to be successful, you know, and you're not lining a corporate bigwig's pocket, you know, with money. You're lining your own pocket. Of course, a lot of responsibility comes along with that. You know, a lot of responsibility comes along with that. But I mean, when I started my business in 2008, I never even considered failing, dude. It never even occurred to me, to be honest with y'all, because I was just doing the next logical thing. I wasn't thinking about anything other than making so much money today and trying to plan a little bit for tomorrow. And, you know, and enough of that, and you learn, and like I told the guy in the comments, you know, For me, it's like, I stayed in my lane in the beginning. And then once I mastered my lane, I kind of moved over into another lane in the same, landscape lawn care field. And then once I mastered that lane, I kind of eased over into another lane. And the lane meaning what customers to get, what equipment to buy, what properties to take, how to schedule, how to route. And once you master these things, what jobs you want to do and don't want to do. Once you master these things, these lanes, then see, now I can fall back on any lane I want and make money at it because I know what pitfalls I'm going to not fall into. See, you always hear the term stay in your lane. Well, I stay in my lane, I master that lane. And then I move to the next lane. Pretty soon, I own the whole freaking freeway. I've mastered it all. And then now, I can look back and I can plot my business accordingly, right? I can plot my business based on my experiences and based on what I know to be lucrative and what I know not to be so lucrative, and that's the best analogy I can kind of come up with. I think Mike Andes I think he's a real smart guy. He's damn near a prodigy, y'all. I'm not talking about in the landscape field. I'm just talking about education-wise, and that don't always translate to real-world experiences. But Mike Andes is a real smart guy. People get in their lane, and then they find out if they like that lane or not. And then they kind of ease over a little bit and kind of settle in to what they really want to do, because you can only do things so long if it's just the money. I could work at a factory job, I never have had a factory job, so I'm not down in a factory job. I don't know. I could work at a factory job. They're paying me $60 an hour. Just say that. Well, I'm only going to do that for so long because I don't want to do factory work. I don't want to do assembly line work. I don't. And so I would do it for a minute, and then that minute would pass, and then what? See? But staying in your lane, we hear that term all the time. So that's a term that a lot of people can relate to. And I just feel like in the beginning, you got to learn, and you have to learn. You can't be, scared. I just don't never remember me being scared. Now, I remember me being stressed, and I remember me, in tears because of all the stress and, the inability to pay for this or pay for that, or I can remember those times, and I can remember how, but I just kept the grind going. I refused to let my business fail. I did. Not that it's a great success now. Success breeds success for sure. So, you can't be scared to chase your dreams, especially when it's just you. And you can't be worried about failure. You gotta, you gotta believe. If I was so worried about failure, then I probably wouldn't be in business for myself. Because if we're afraid of failure, and nobody likes to fail, don't get me wrong, but if that is a motivating factor whether I'm going to start a business or not, then you probably don't need to start the business. I've never been afraid of failure, because anything that I've ever failed at, I've learned from. And then I just apply it to the next task. There's a such thing as finding your way too. And there's a such thing as, persevere, good times and bad, and try to get out on the other side. What Mike Andes was saying in the video was, a lot of people, you're lucky to see a profit in 3 or 4 years. Now, I know there are some that, they get in business and immediately get a fat contract, and then they're then they're set for a minute. But I don't know that that's the best route, to me personally. I mean, I'm happy for them, and I wish I could get that. We all do. But in the beginning, if I had, just say for instance, if I started my business in 2008, okay, and I fell into a contract that was going to pay, $500,000 a year, okay. Well, number one thing, me being young in the game by myself, I couldn't have handled that. I couldn't have handled the work that it was going to take to get to that kind of money. And if I could somehow muster the work, my brain wasn't ready to handle that kind of money in my business. See, I was glad that I started out making, 25 grand a year, or 20 grand a year, or 9,000 in a year, or profit or whatever, and build it up to what it is now. Now it's pretty good. I don't know exactly this year, but this year's been better than any other year. And last year was better than any other year previous to that, and so on and so on and so on. But I never was scared. I was always methodical. There's a difference, Can't live life scared. I refuse to live life scared. And those that do live life scared and worried and just scared to make a move, those are the people that need to have a job. Somebody got to be in the workforce. Somebody's got to work at the Schwinn plant, the Yamaha plant, and the Chrysler plant. Somebody got to. It ain't gonna be me. It ain't gonna be me. I've had my fill of that, and I'm not gonna let Google stats that Mike's talking about, or wherever he got the information from, determine the success or failure of my business. My business is going to succeed or fail based on the moves that I make, based on the knowledge that I gain from being in business and from learning from my mistakes. If it was easy from day one and then it got hard, what do you do then? What do you do when you got two customers and they're both paying you $250,000 a year to maintain two properties, and they go belly up? What happens then? See, you scrambling then. And see, I could take on a $250,000 a year client now, and if they quit me tomorrow, I'm not scrambling for nothing. I'm okay. But would you be okay if you had that customer off the muscle in year one and you lost him in year 4? Because the likelihood of you doing a property for 20 years is slim to none. Just saying. I mean, I'm just saying. I don't know for sure, but I know that I have went through a lot of customers, commercial accounts, homeowner accounts, industrial accounts, everything, where the last 3 years, 4 years, and then bam. But see, I didn't start off like that. I started off with just doing mom and pops and neighborhood yards and stuff. Built it up to this, so I could take on a big boy customer now and figure out a way to do it and get to the money. If they went belly up in 2 years, I'm still okay. Somebody that started out with a big boy customer, if that big boy customer went belly up, they ain't gonna know how to act, because they're gonna have all this equipment to be able to do that $250,000 a year job account, and if they're not smart with their money, they're certainly gonna be in trouble, because they got payments on equipment and stuff that it takes to do that kind of property. And it's not going to be just cutting a yard or two. It's going to be big boy cutting and hedges and detail stuff and things like that. And if you lose that, then you're belly up. Meanwhile, back at the Bat Cave, you got equipment payment due, truck payment due, house payment due,
See, I built all mine, and I all mine as I go. It never was predicated on 1 or 2 or 3 customers. Now, there have been customers that paid more than others, and there have been some really good, lucrative customers, but they didn't make or break me. See, you can't have 1 customer or 2 customers be the main force of your business if you're, I don't know, I don't want to say you can't. I haven't never had that, put it that way. And I've been doing it 15 years. Now I've had customers that have paid me, you know, 20 grand a year, that kind of thing. What's the most I ever had? I had one customer that was paying $2,000 a month, so 24 grand a year, and that lasted for 3 years. But see, I was already in year 7 or 8 when I got that, and it ended about year 10. Somebody died, they sold the property, they subdivided it, something happened. Always something happens. Like I said, the likelihood of you doing 1 or 2 properties your entire lawn landscape entrepreneur career is, well, big 0 if you ask me. I'm going to bow bet against that anytime. I'm not saying it don't happen, but it ain't likely. No matter how good you are or bad you are, it's going to be circumstances that you're not in control of. It's not going to be about you. It's going to be about them. They found somebody cheaper. They sold the property. They're going to do it themselves. You know, whatever. You know, they're going, whatever. You know, they die. They move. They sell the property. So, just some things to think about, man, when you're looking at some of these numbers guys like Mike. And Mike Andrews is a smart dude. You know. Now, I don't know where he got his information from on that particular video or anything, but he's a smart guy. And he's giving you information. And some people think that information is Downer, Debbie Downer information. Well, it's probably the truth. You know, and I don't want to go into any business situation or anything not knowing the truth. I don't want somebody to tell me what I want to hear. I want to know what the real deal is. I want to know, you know, why this is and why that is and that kind of thing. So, you know, yeah. I don't want to know a lie. All right, y'all. I'll kick back. Peace out.